Welcome to the Cause Effect with your host, Kozlowski, and his team of correspondents bringing you the world's bad news badly. And now, Kozlowski. That's me, Kozlowski, with what?
Go ahead.
From Radio Titans in Hollywood, California. And we're bringing you a really wacky week of world news with our illustrious panel. It's honed to perfection, but for the funniest mofos you will ever find anywhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce our panel this week. Aside from me, Carl Kozlowski, we have the lovely and talented Helen Hong.
Yay!
Woo! Woo! As always, our favorite stoner, Scott Sycamore.
Oh. Just, every time, man. Every time.
The voice of reason, Cordell Pace.
Yeah.
And pretty much I'll just go ahead and... Actually, both you ladies are probably qualify as our feisty feminist. So, Christina Myers.
Hello.
You have to have a feisty feminist?
Well,
every time.
I liked having a feisty feminist, and then the old one just disappeared on us. So
So now you replaced her with two
feisty.
She was
two
feisty. Yeah,
feisty
two
feminists.
Two, yes. Well, I think it's better than ever now lately. So, all right. So, folks, this week, a lot of crazy news. Do we want to lead with the silly stuff from celebrities or
No, dark shit.
dark stuff, serious stuff? I think we'll start with this one. This kind of goes. This was all over the news. Not too dark, not too light. The story of the first professional athlete to actively be playing while coming out as gay, Jason Collins. So, what do you guys think of this announcement? Seems like the world pretty much didn't really care.
No.
Which is a good thing, right?
I think because he's kind of old for a player and not a
old
great
and gross.
player, right? He's just not a...
The world cares so little that everyone's talking about it.
I was about to.
All the time.
I didn't feel that they didn't care. Although I see your point that maybe if it had been someone more like Kobe Bryant, it would have been like, what?
That's what I was
You
thinking.
were just charged for attacking a woman.
Kobe likes the
What
butt,
hell?
but he's not gay.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we know.
It would make more sense maybe if he did come out gay. You'd say, oh, he all
know,
that
he-
frustration from years of pent up,
Pent up.
So, Cordell, what were you
sexual
saying?
desire.
Well, he's a 12-year veteran who's a free agent. He doesn't really have a team at this point.
Jason
so,
Collins?
Yeah, it's Jason Collins. So it's strategic. I feel like once a superstar athlete in any of the four major sports who's currently playing,
Impossible.
that's large in terms of his persona, when he comes out, then that's when the tipping point would be, and everybody.
Yeah.
We all know.
This guy's
You think
kind of
there'll be more-
he's a journeyman. This guy's a journeyman.
But there'll be,
I heard that this might be part of a ploy to try to get a new team from him.
yeah, is that
but
what you're
guess
saying?
he's at the end of his career. Though.
Yeah, like he's not like a hot player right now.
He's at the end of his
Free.
career. He was never a hot player anyway. He was a journeyman. Go ahead.
No,
Whoa.
he's a real hot player, if you know what I mean.
Hey.
Free agent, is that what they call it nowadays? Is that like code word?
Yeah.
Free
No,
agency?
But what I'm wondering is, are you saying that if it was a bigger star, that would be a bigger outrage, or the public would be even more embracing it?
Wouldn't be outrage.
Well, I believe that once it's a bigger athlete that makes the announcement, I think you will see a turn in terms of how people agree and able to accept.
Yeah.
Well, people have been agreeing and accepting this
I think
guy,
you
right?
get both. I think you get more backlash from people who are like, teammates who are like, ew, gross, and
Backlash,
then
haha.
and then more support from the gay
Support.
community and from
Yeah, I mean, it's happening now with this guy, but I'm just saying I think that when we get a big superstar to do it,
Yeah.
then you'll see the residual effects from it, marketing, advertising, and things of that nature, and then everybody can be like, hey, gay is good. Once, say
Yeah.
Kobe came out,
Uh-huh.
you're like, oh, Kobe's gay, oh, I didn't know that.
Aw.
Now all the gays are good.
We all know no
that's
one-
ignorant anyway to think like that,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah,
what
yeah,
everybody
of
was
course.
saying.
No.
Paving the way for the next big
Yeah.
celebrity.
Paving.
It's true, yeah, I mean, he's just...
Is
you're
every
right.
word a metaphor for you?
We all know no man who's good enough at sports to be really good could possibly be gay.
What?
Case closed, so that's never going to happen. I'm just telling you what idiot America thinks.
Oh, I
which
thought you were for
I am
real,
part
like,
of. No,
yeah.
but it's real too. You can't have
There
that
are some
skill level.
superstar athletes that are gay, believe me. There's
There's gotta be.
Oh, yeah.
gotta be.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
It's the Tom Cruise, dilemma.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like he's so big as an actor that you can't come out with gayness. It's the same in sports. Like a lesser one,
Yeah.
a less famous person can come out.
Were there
But-
any of his former teammates that were like, ew, I can't believe that guy was gay?
Sure.
No, I it was other NBA players that came out and supported him because it's just the PR thing to do. But maybe some of them probably did, genuinely felt that way. But his team, I haven't heard any of his teammates because he played on so many teams. So,
Right.
Oh, of course
so,
he
I
did.
mean-
They're known for that. They.
Yeah, well, just think if
playing on a
Tom
lot of
Cruise
teams.
would come out. I mean, it would be a shock, but then
Not
what's
really.
good? How much good it?
Not
No,
a shock.
I mean, if he came out at a point when I mean, now it would be like, okay, we already know, but but
Finally.
Wonderful.
But at his peak, if he would come out and be like, hey, I'm gay.
You mean
I'm
like
a-
after
I mean,
Top Gun?
After,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
or
Oh
right
my
as
God.
he was starting as an actor and on. Anyway,
Yeah.
at any point, when he was
Risky business in
huge.
his underwear. Yeah.
Yeah, risky balls. That was the original name. and
No,
they
but
changed it.
okay. Well, I think Risky
Risky
Business, they didn't
Balls.
know it was going to be a big movie, and it kind
Yeah.
of blew up. Yeah, like unbeknownst
But like
to them.
Top
He was
Gun
really
was
young.
like every girl's fantasy.
Yeah, Top
and
Gun's a great
and
example.
by girl, you mean
every
guy,
woman,
right?
every woman was like, Tom Cruise and Top Gun. And then if at that moment he was like, and I'm gay,
Yeah.
we would all been like,
They're
oh
not
man.
ready. No one's really ready. I filmed a very interesting thing the other
Gay
day.
porno?
Well, I'm just involved. I don't actually film those, but
Yes.
there was the Occupy thing, May Day, May 1st, and they were meeting in downtown, and I went there briefly, and I filmed some stuff, and this guy was like going off about that it was turning people gay, like the movement, all this like street protests were somehow turning people gay and stuff, and there
Really?
was this whole demonic. Yeah, I have it. It's all on YouTube now, but
Wow.
yeah, it was strange. I guess he was making the point that opening up to all this gay tolerance or something amongst the youth is bad.
Was this like a ranting homeless man? that
No,
was saying all
it was
this
like a
stuff?
young revolutionist, like Latino guy.
What?
I don't know. Yeah, it was weird. And people still like they were yelling at him, but then people hugged him, were like, "I love you" and all this shit.
They decided to give him a big hug because he hates being hugged.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
You
nice.
can't stand the love, but you can still have solidarity. But yeah, there's a lot of backlash,
Yeah.
if you will.
I think I heard a report by Martina Navratilova on the radio
She's
being
gay.
like, dude, I came out
Dude.
in like 1981
But we're
and
talking
everybody
major.
hated me.
A, she's a woman. B, we're talking about major sports.
No,
not
here's what
tennis.
here's what I think was
People
funny
love
was
tennis. I'm amazed by it. I don't love
Tennis,
tennis.
people
but
love
people
tennis
it.
is a major sport, but it's not a team sport, and I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the difference. Is when you're
it's
in
like the
close quarters,
sharing the shower.
yeah,
With
sharing the
Oh, yeah.
showers
No,
is
it
the real
curious.
key.
I wonder about how like other sports teams would receive him on the
Yeah.
court and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
you know?
Receive him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
gonna
That's
keep
why.
going.
That's why I was
They
wondering
play
if there were
dirty.
any former players that were like, "Dude, I slapped that guy's ass," and
Well,
like we showered,
Yeah.
we showered
I'm sure
together and
the
stuff.
coach-
We bunked together.
Yeah,
I mean, in private moments, I'm sure they're thinking like, I can't, man.
yeah, gross.
Remember when he bent over back in '97? I don't remember '97. You don't remember '97 when we done?
Yeah, I have a feeling it's a lot different behind the scenes than it is what they're saying in the public in the response.
Always
Yeah.
behind the scenes is different.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has to. This phenomenon has to penetrate into football.
Penetrate.
Yeah, when it's really manly and it gets even manlier. They're wearing the spandex
There's
and
a
everything.
Oh,
there's a lot of ass slapping in football.
I know. See, that's the one that would really not surprise me, considering I just love that Men on Film from In Living Color
Oh,
with
yeah.
the Oilers, the Steelers, the Packers. You know?
I mean, well, Martina paved the way for whoever came after her. I mean, it's all small progress, but I mean,
Yeah.
she was along that line.
Yeah.
Billie Jean King, right? I don't know.
Yeah, Billie Jean King was also came out. Yeah.
So it all goes up.
Well, what's funny is somebody brought up on one of the other shows I was on this week here that they were like, but there was a woman, a WNBA player who came out also, and as she was being signed or something like that this week.
Surprising.
And I'm like, oh, well, see, the difference is this is a surprising sport. Women's golfers,
There is-
women's tennis, women's anything.
softball players.
Yeah, no, it's a
What is it
surprise.
about women being gay athletes? I don't understand that.
Does Jason Collins get to play in the WNBA now? There's some sort of loophole.
Yeah, possibly. If he can't get the free agency in NBA regular. But let's move on. This week also a little more updates on the Boston, lovely Boston fellas. Cordell was mentioning as we were going into the show that he managed to track down photos of Tamerlan.
Death.
And of his coroner photos. And where did you find this and what do they look like? Let's share with our listeners.
You can just Google Boston autopsy report and it'll pop up.
Lovely.
They're still trying to figure out. Someone from within obviously took the pictures and released them. And as a side note, they're trying to bury him.
I was going to say that
Yeah,
next
so
chapter.
that's not happening either.
Yeah, that's a weird one because
Wait, his family is trying to bury him?
Oh yeah.
In the area, in
And-
the Boston
Oh,
area.
and what's going on with that?
Well, here's what's going on: is that several funeral homes refused to take him. One guy finally takes him. He's getting protested constantly, and he's like, "Guys, everyone, listen! Even Timothy McVeigh, Lee Harvey Oswald, probably John Wilkes Booth, all those guys, the worst of the worst in American history. Everybody deserves to be buried somewhere." And that I sympathize with because I'm surprised. Like, I don't know. I've been pretty ruthless in my reactions on Facebook, where a lot of my friends that are because I'm a Christian and I'm open about it, and then my Christian friends were like, "Oh my God, what are you doing about?" You got to have some mercy for these guys, and I'm like, I know, it's the whole turn the other cheek thing and whatever, but really, these, I mean, when
No,
you're really
no
bombed,
mercy.
and so I'm like, you know what, let God have mercy, fine, if it's
So-
going to happen, but
but
I
what's
don't, why should I
what's
have
the
to?
option?
So, but that's the thing is, then I start thinking, well, what else do you do? Huh?
We have a Great Assassins of America cemetery. Wouldn't that be a great tourist
Oh,
site?
that would
You
be a
could
good
put it
tourist
somewhere
site.
that needs an economic boost. Like, North Dakota's boosting now. Where's somewhere that Detroit?
Oh, Detroit would be a
Great in
perfect place.
Detroit needs a good economic boost.
People, the tours, the pamphlets,
That's awesome.
the reenactments of what happened. Like, get down! No, that's
Yeah, going through Detroit pretty much is a reenactment on a typical day for any American
Yeah.
disaster.
All dead bodies should be used to power our homes and stuff. Seriously. Whether
Mulch.
Really, no need for cemeteries, burial grounds, whatever. Do something. Give something back.
Yeah,
Contribute.
but what else? I mean,
cremate.
in
they
all
should
honesty,
just cremate him and take him out
That's a
of
good
the
point.
state.
I mean, everyone
Cremate 'em.
cremates these days. Valuable land.
Cremate him. That too.
Mulch.
Let's try to cremate more
So-
people
so
than
really,
just our assassins.
So you guys are all think
Assassin,
that.
What do you call him?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bomber.
What'd you say?
Terrorist, sorry.
Oh, what was that? I'm sorry.
No, I was calling him
Alleged,
an assassin, but he's a
alleged.
terrorist.
They're all
That's
alleged.
a video game.
I know who
same
really
camp.
bombed, but we're not going to get into it.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
there's this whole, the police.
I know, Infowars, Alex Jones.
Dude, there's a war on right now
Yeah.
for your mind. There's a war for your mind. No, fuck all that shit. None of that fake info stuff. But there's dead pictures. There's always conflicts in the story.
No,
is what's going on.
but do you guys? Does
what
everybody?
did they do with Timothy McVeigh?
He got buried somewhere. That's what the
Where's he
funeral home
buried?
got.
So you think.
Well,
We don't know.
I'm sure that it's. I can probably Google it. There's always a thing about. There's a site about famous dead people's burials. The point being, he did get buried. This guy is saying,
Yeah.
"Look, they all get buried. Everyone deserves a burial." And in a creepy way, that is true. Everybody does.
Well,
I mean,
Can I ask this?
so-
though? Some people can't afford burial, which is why they'll opt for cremation, right? Isn't cremation
But
cheaper?
she-
But the
She-
family
the
wants
wife
it. Should
wants
she have
his
the right
body.
to have the body
Oh.
for burial? Yes.
Still costs
The,
money.
the wife has been
Well,
trying
that's
to
up
get
to
his
her.
body for a week. And here's the thing that really pisses me off about this situation is that Timothy McVeigh, I feel like, got a better reception because he is a natural-born American.
Lovely reception.
And
I was
he-
there.
But better than these guys because they have accents.
Well, he's white,
Exactly.
and they are less than
Well,
white.
it's the sign-
That's what I'm saying.
It's the sign of the time. This post 9/11 too.
Yeah.
It could just be that.
Yeah.
If it happens,
But
if they
but-
blow up in '98, it could be. I would think it would be a different reaction.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to imagine like what would have happened to Timothy McVeigh if he had done what he did after
Nowadays,
9/11. But I do think that there is a racist component to it, absolutely, because
no doubt, there definitely is.
Because these guys are American citizens
That's a
still.
good point. Yeah,
They
I
are
mean,
they
they
are
went to
U.S.
high school
citizens.
here, grew
They
up
went to
Oh,
high
we
school
know that
here,
don't mean
They grew
nothing.
up here, and but they're not American in the sense that they have accents and they weren't born here.
Yeah.
Which is messed up.
Well, McVeigh,
Oh.
it says, according to Find a Grave Memorial, was cremated, ashes scattered, some stayed with his family. And there's that part where you can give virtual flowers to people on this thing. And they said it's been discontinued because of misuse continually. So people were apparently not sending flowers to McVeigh on his.
Wow.
I mean, there's definitely a racist component to it, but simple fact is that they did what they did, and however you look at it for their burial is that nobody in Massachusetts probably is going to let them bury
Wait,
that
but
body.
isn't one still alive supposedly? But he can't talk, of course,
Yeah.
right?
I do sympathize with the uncle in Maryland.
Oh no, that
Who
guy.
I'm convinced he needs to get his own reality show.
Don't believe that guy.
That guy's awesome.
That guy's hilarious.
Neocon.
It's pleasurable when I hear him come on the radio and turn the
Look,
volume up.
well, if he's a comedian, what's up with him?
No. If you want to look at all the family members and stuff of these guys
They need their own reality
They're
show.
all like truthers and info warriors and stuff, and then the uncles is sort of like pro-America, hawkish, neocon-ish dude. Did I say this before? Like a week ago?
who's a
Maybe I did.
truther?
But
What's a
all
truther?
like their mom, their aunt, people who like truth supposedly with a capital T. Look into it. Go look.
okay.
But
Yeah.
there's some
He
people
knows
saying
that,
that there
yeah.
was that these guys weren't really the bombers, but I mean, I don't know.
I would doubt
Even
they
if
were,
they weren't,
but
I
it's
mean,
a
when
good story.
cops could try to pull you over, you're supposed to pull
Yeah,
over
yeah.
and
This is true.
roll your window down
Exactly.
and be like,
and be like,
follow
I
the
didn't do
rules.
it. You're not supposed to
They,
hide
yeah,
in a
they
boat.
drove off with bombs and
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not supposed to take your bomb bag and hide in a boat overnight.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not keep it moving?
No,
Keep
but
it
I mean,
moving.
if everybody's convinced it's you and it's not you, aren't you going to run scared and just say, "Oh my God,
And
what do
throw
I do?"
bombs out the window
No.
in
Yeah,
case there was any confusion.
exactly.
No, you just try to clear your name. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, you clear it. You clear your throat with a bunch of bullets, apparently. Yeah, I don't want to be conspiratorial, but all these things. There's just so many like reverse shits that have happened. Does that make sense?
No.
It doesn't. Let's go
Nope,
to the next thing.
Not following.
Yeah, and
Well, they're still trying to make this jihad connection, which, like I said last week, I think that's a stretch. I believe they did what they learned, whatever they learned online.
Yeah.
And they
Be
And then
scared.
it
Be
didn't
scared.
they-
You
I just-
don't think
it
there was a
just-
bigger group behind it? No.
Oh yeah, no, there
No,
was.
and it just came out this week that they were planning a July 4th bombing, but they did it for the marathon because they happened to finish the bomb. They were like, "Yay, we finished! Let's do it right now!" I mean, they're like 12-year-old kids. They're like, "Holy shit, we just finished the bomb, dude! Let's do it right now! What's going
No.
on? Oh, the marathon? Okay, let's go."
No,
do
none of it adds
like,
up.
Come on,
None of
they're
it
just-
adds
they're
up.
Children.
It's
they're children who are idiots.
No,
Well, it's
that's
true.
not
Now
really
you can
who we're
just go
facing.
online and build anything.
The
I mean,
threat is real. The threat is real, but it's not
threat
going
of what?
online.
The threat of what?
The threat of like people wanting to blow shit up, whatever. Not
Of
saying
course,
it's what they tell
constantly.
you it is, but yeah, the idea that I was saying this before. I know I said all this, but yeah, the idea that it's just a bunch of silly goofs and a bunch of idiots and stuff is not quite. It doesn't quite gel because they still hit targets. They still killed people.
You think
there's more on the way?
You think that they were backed by an organization?
Oh yeah, well there's no question about that. There's already other people they arrested.
Yeah, there was the
so-called-
three friends that they,
yeah.
but the three friends are kind of doofs.
Yeah.
Friends are like college.
They're hilarious.
But they're in college. Aren't you smart
I
if you're in
haven't followed
college?
that.
Not necessarily.
No, not at all.
Apparently.
You went to college?
No, I mean for a little bit. Like you said, Obama's smart because he went to Harvard, but George Bush went to Harvard too, as did
Yeah.
Mitt Romney. So what is it really? I don't know. I'm
Well,
delaying my
I
own
think
point.
Is smart. He's just goofy and.
There's always,
Well, some people buy their way into
nepotism.
Harvard, and then some people
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
get into Harvard.
but
Right.
wherever college
agree.
they went to. I don't know what college these guys supposedly.
Well, they were
went
at
to.
the University
UMass
of
Dartmouth.
Mass Dartmouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a decent school, right? Good school.
Well, this isn't Dartmouth as in the private Dartmouth.
No,
This
yeah,
is
it's,
state
it's the
Dartmouth.
state school.
I don't know.
Oh, it's not the private one.
No.
No, I don't know.
Oh, I see.
Just because they're there doesn't mean they're.
Doesn't mean
highly
it- yeah.
smart, you know.
Well, no.
Well, what I loved was that the guy goes. I mean, the exchange of Twitters or texts that they had was hilarious.
Twitter war.
Like one guy goes, "Hey, the guy that's showing on the news looks like you," and the guy goes, "LOL, you should stop texting me." And then his friend keeps texting him, and they said that if they had just contacted the police, if one of those three guys said,
Mm-hmm.
"You know what? I think my friend is possibly that guy." They think that it would have avoided the killing of the MIT police officer and the chase and the shootout and the lockdown and all that stuff.
Wow.
If these kids had just, that's why they're going to be put
But
away.
did
Oh,
they know
they-
anything, or you just mean recognizing the image of their friend?
No, because they knew supposedly.
They ran to his dorm and threw out a bunch of explosives for him. And
stashed.
took off with his
That's pretty
backpack.
bad.
They were
Oh yeah, they
stash
helped
spot.
cover up. They were assholes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they say. So kudos to the police and the feds for managing to track down a bunch of like pseudo teenagers,
So
20-something
what? As long
guys.
as they got him. I don't
yeah,
care.
I guess. I
just
mean,
say kudos.
big
I
victory.
don't
It was
think
like-
I'd come running for my friend.
Yeah,
who
it was-
asked me to like remove. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you never. People got to be loyal. You know, you just want to help your buddy. Like it happens all the time. Here, I
Yeah,
have
like
this,
I
this
wonder
bag.
what, like if your best friend was like, dude, if your best friend was suddenly on the news, like, oh, they did this horrible
Yeah.
thing, and you're like, shit, do I go to
I
your
probably
house?
wouldn't answer
Yeah.
the phone, and I'd be like, "Oh, I was at a movie all night, and then I, went home with this guy, and like I didn't get the message until
Everything you normally
the
do.
afternoon. I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
Get it until they captured you and you're in jail.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry
I would-
that you're about to go to jail for the rest of your life.
I would
I got
duck
a test
and
tomorrow.
leave that message. Duck and leave.
We only pick on the weak in America.
Oh, I get the message weeks
You
later.
call his voicemail. Hey man, hope you're all right. Saw
Yeah,
you're in
dog.
jail.
Yeah, it happens,
Yeah.
yo.
Hey, how's
man.
your brother doing?
Oh, damn.
Die?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to see the news. What's
Hey
going
man,
on?
if you need me to bring over some soup to you in
Yeah,
jail,
exactly.
In a pressure cooker,
That is
perhaps?
that's grounds for friendship, okay? You can
It
bring
is.
soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever happened,
Tylenol.
whatever
Yeah.
happened to the death,
hey man,
fall on your
I know
sword
we're
for
buddies,
someone.
I don't
but once you actually commit mass murder and mayhem, I think our friendship's kind of over now.
Allegedly.
Our-
Yeah, I mean,
think our
right?
friendship's
I mean,
over.
betrayal in a way.
Look into Kraft International.
Okay,
That's
wait
all
a
I
minute.
can say. Yeah.
Okay, so you like to keep saying allegedly.
Yeah. There's been
Scott,
no
but-
trial. There's been nobody
Yeah,
found
you're
guilty,
right.
and I'm an American.
Well, okay, but the kid confessed and everything.
Wait,
so.
confession is no proof of guilt.
Really?
Really?
How's that?
Wait, did he
Because
confess?
haven't you
did
not
he
heard-
officially
People are
confess?
tricked.
Yeah, he's been writing down things because he got shot in the throat.
Have you never heard of people like confessing to the killing of Napoleon and shit like that? In mental institutions.
Napoleon Dynamite? What?
Yeah, Dynamite. I wish.
Yeah.
Before the movie came out, hopefully,
Yeah.
so we'd be
I
spared.
mean, once
but,
you confess and they record it, you're done.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, well, yeah, but it doesn't mean it's true. Plus, yeah,
All
there's
right.
no trial. We
Well-
hold them as enemy combatants is the answer.
No, it's not the answer.
No,
they're
I'm-
American. They're
I'm-
American
I'm
citizens.
just parroting. What does that matter though? I mean,
No,
we-
but
I am
we
surprised that he was so willing to just answer those questions on paper.
He's like,
No.
yep, I did it.
yeah, exactly.
What?
he's
Why
like,
did-
my
like-
brother's dead. I got shot in the throat. I mean, fuck it. I'm just going
Fuck
to
it.
answer these
But
questions.
I don't know why the
Plus,
citizen.
and he's 19 too. I mean, you have to realize.
Well,
that
have they?
Allegedly,
He's
no, I'm
little
kidding.
Will,
he's scared
19
as hell too. Like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
No,
No,
but
19's when you have the most amount of will, like when you're the dumbest in a way. Like
That's
the brain
true.
hasn't fully developed
And
in your
That's
have
what
they-
I mean. That's why he went and did what he did.
Hey,
conviction.
19.
And have they? At one point, they
19.
hadn't read him his Miranda rights. So
Oh,
have they done
Miranda.
it now?
Yeah, he was. I believe he got Mirandized finally because there was some criticism from the right about that.
Wouldn't
that
that be
he got
hilarious?
This shit don't matter.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if he was like, "But you didn't tell me that I had the right to
Ugh.
remain silent."
Well, no, they have
like,
it.
had to write it
started
down.
writing.
No, there's
So I
a
have the
public
right to remain silent.
there's a public like an extreme situation exemption where for 48 hours you don't have to
Yeah,
Mirandize them, and that's what they were
Well, I
operating.
was
So what
going
does
to
that
say,
mean?
Do
You-
you do
so-
it when he's conscious? Are you doing it while he's being brought into the into the ambulance?
No, but what,
Got a throat condition.
yeah,
But-
what I was going to say about the allegedly thing
Yeah.
is that what I find funny is I don't know if it's everybody doing this or just MSNBC. Regardless, it's ridiculous. The MSNBC keeps going. The gentleman about these
No,
killers
The young
and about their
gentleman.
friends, the gentleman. I'm like, no, the
They're
word
not
gentleman does not
gentlemen.
apply
Yeah.
when they fucking killed or covered
That's
up
a good
people.
point.
You
Yeah.
know, there should be the douchebags or something. I don't know.
Bert
No,
Bacharach
no
was a
minimize.
gentleman.
Yeah,
You
he
can't.
was. That was his middle name, Bert Gentleman Baccarat.
Oh well.
They should.
Gentleman makes me think that they're wearing tuxedos and bow ties.
Yeah,
like the
that's not-
gentleman.
Are they distinguished? That's what.
But
That's
it's
what
like
counts.
That's the thing. I'm just like
Well,
really.
they are distinguished now.
Well, no, they're infamous.
Bad Eddie Murphy
Right.
movie.
Oh, that was a bad movie.
Started the downslide, but it's political though. It's political. That's what counts. That's
Yeah.
what's important.
Yeah, are they really saying gentleman? That's ridiculous.
That's what, yes.
That's stupid.
Willie Geist every time,
Will-
and then I think
ghost.
Rachel
Why can't they
Maddow's
just
done
say
it.
Al
the-
Sharpton said, "These
suspects.
gentlemen," and bombed shit. Bad impression again. Well, no, it's just a way to say people. I mean,
No, just say these men, okay?
Yeah,
The suspects,
yeah.
the whatever.
Yeah.
Not gentlemen.
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, I work hard for my title of gentleman.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You do earn it.
Yes.
Cordell, are we not distinguished,
We
classy
are
individuals?
distinguished gentlemen along with the butch lesbians in this town.
yeah.
They're gentlemen as well.
I like to be called Butch Lady.
Oh.
Butch Lady. No, not really.
So, should we have a very special masterpiece theater kind of thing tonight. Do we do it now or later on?
Yeah,
Yeah,
at the
let's
end?
do
You
it.
brought it up. Let's do
Okay,
it. Don't,
so,
don't keep the people waiting.
This show needs something to revive it.
Oh no, I think we're doing quite well.
It's flagging. Let's
Oh, actually, no.
Raise
Let
the
me
flag.
let me do one thing first. Okay, or we'll do it now. That
Yeah, do one thing
Hi,
first.
Christina.
Hi.
Oh my God.
Carl and I are
Are we
Ooh,
doing?
la, la.
Are
I'm
we
sharing a
about-
mic with Christina. She's like totally leaning in on me. This has been a dream of mine for a year.
You know, this was his ploy all along.
I know, well, I sensed it, but it's true I have bad eyesight, so if we're going to read this transcript,
like-
I have to...
Christina.
Carl could use it every
Oh,
time.
no.
I'd have to...
This shit involves reading.
All right, so
Bad
this is going to
eyesight.
be the. Do you want to trade seats or? I can-
No, we'll be okay.
I like this. Okay, so
Creeps me out, but
Yeah, all
he
right,
likes
everyone. Moving
anyway,
on. Let's go.
so
It's so set it up. It's a dramatic.
okay, so this
reenactment.
week Reese Witherspoon was revealed to have had an embarrassing arrest for being drunk, and her husband was drunk driving. But she's the one who popped off at the cops in Tennessee when this happened. And she went on NBC's Good Morning America, very apologetic to George Stephanopoulos. And she was like, I don't even know what I was saying. It's so embarrassing. It's so silly of me. And then the next day, bam, the dashboard camera video leaks into the viral world. And we have the transcript now. And so I'm going to be playing the cop, or I should play Reese and you be the cop. No, okay. I'll be the cop, and Christina Myers, who is a lovely and talented actress in her
Thank you.
other life, is going to play Reese Witherspoon. This is the setup. I'll give you the setup real quick here.
I feel like maybe she was channeling her role for Mud, you know? She's sort of like
Mud?
this down and out. I don't know if she was an alcoholic,
What the
but, you
fuck
know,
is
you'd
Mud?
think she was. It's a
It's a
movie.
movie.
Oh, is that what?
I'm gonna
it is?
put it
Movie
in.
out right now.
I'm gonna put it in big letters.
What's out right now?
All right. Oh, thank you.
You're gonna
Thank
read
you.
that
Carl's
whole thing?
expanding the font for my terrible eyesight.
Although I do like you leading in.
This text
This is like it feels
the
like
iceberg.
Masterpiece
That's what I'm
Theater
saying.
presents.
Masterpiece Theater. All right.
I was going to quote Shakespeare
Oh, wow.
earlier.
This is good. I already saw the
All
first
All right,
line.
here we
okay.
go. So she got out of the car, and the trooper says, "Ma'am, get back in that car.
You know, I'm so sorry.
Ma'am, get back in that car.
Can I say something?
No, ma'am, get back in that car. I'm not going to repeat myself again.
I'm pregnant and I need to use the restroom.
Okay, well, I need you to get back in the car, and there ain't nowhere to use it out here. If I tell you again, I'm going to arrest you."
Yes, sir.
Trooper, as Witherspoon approaches him, administering tests to her husband. "Ma'am, what did I just tell you to do?"
I'd like to know what's going on.
"He's under arrest. If you don't get back in the car."
I'm a U.S. citizen and I'm allowed to stand on American ground and
Actually, you're not allowed to do anything.
to ask any question I want to ask.
Go ahead. Come on. Moves to handcuff her.
You better not arrest me.
"Yes, ma'am."
Are you kidding me?
"Nope, I told you.
I'm an American citizen.
I told you to get in that car and stay there, didn't I?
This is beyond.
I told you."
This is beyond.
While handcuffed, turning to yell at him. "You fight with me, I promise you."
It's a good accent.
This is harassment. You're harassing me as an American citizen. I have done nothing against the law.
Her husband. "Reese, can you please?" Trooper. "Yes, you have. You didn't obey my..."
I have to obey your orders?
"Yes, you do."
No, sir, I do not.
Husband. "Reese.
Absolute nothing.
Reese.
I'm not being arrested and handcuffed.
And she's taken out of view to the police car. "Yep," said the trooper.
Do you know my name, sir?
"Don't need to know it.
You don't need to know my name?
Not quite yet."
Oh, really? Okay, you're about to find out who I am.
"That's fine. I'm not real worried about you, ma'am. I done told you how things worked. You want to get out and get up in my investigation? That's okay."
Oh, we
Oh,
skipped the
shit.
page.
Oh,
Citizenship theme
there we go.
Oh,
still
that's okay.
runs.
Yes,
You
sir,
hear
I
it?
do.
Well, guess what? We have a law for that. It's called obstruction.
I'm not obstructing your justice.
Yep.
Really.
Yep.
I'm being anti-American.
Yep. Go ahead and sit down.
Wow.
Sit on your butt first. It'll be a lot easier on you.
Interesting. Arresting me?
To the husband, "I tried." Husband, "I'm sorry." Trooper, "I absolutely 100% tried." Husband, "I had nothing to do with that." Trooper, "I know." And that's the
He
end
didn't
of
really
it.
stick by his
I don't know why
wife,
there's
did he?
I saw the video, and you guys were pretty much dead on, for real.
Thank
That was
you.
overlong, but
Yeah.
it shed a lot of light.
Sense it. I've seen some of
On
her
nothing.
movies. You
Was
know,
she-
I felt like I was doing a bio.
No,
That was
Yeah.
really nice.
Well, Reese,
She gave it a little flair.
I tried. Like, what
Reese
was that
pleaded
about?
no contest and had to pay a $100 fine.
Oh, damn, that's
Now,
going to
was
hurt
she-
her, too.
Was she visibly
I know, really.
like drunk?
Oh, she was wasted. She admitted on Good Morning America that she had
And-
no idea what she was
Or
saying.
was
she
she like
really-
slurring and stuff? Like
Oh,
did she seem
she was
drunk?
just really
No.
drunk. She admitted she was really
But she
drunk.
really is
No, I
pregnant,
mean,
too.
she might have been drunk, but she wasn't slurring. She knew what the hell she was saying. Come on. She
Yeah.
Because she looked at, she She looked at her husband like, I tried. He was like,
funny.
No, that was the
Pregnant
husband
and
was
have
the
to
cop
pee.
was saying I tried.
oh,
for some
the cop.
reason
Oh, I
to the
thought she was
husband.
saying, oh, okay.
No, the
okay.
husband said I tried too, didn't he?
Oh.
It was something like this. Like he was like, "Oh, I tried to get her to stop." Oh.
No, the trooper
Reese,
saying
you're
I
making it
absolutely
worse. That was the
100%.
subtext.
The trooper kept saying I absolutely 100% tried, whatever the hell that means. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh,
Tried to
okay.
calm her down and
Tried
guess
to,
what?
yeah, get
Arrested
her back in the car. He
Yeah,
said
she
it
needed,
multiple
you know,
times.
yeah, okay.
If you're drunk and you say the N-word, is that racial slurring?
I don't know.
I
Food for thought.
I had an unfortunate incident in the airport in India once.
Oh, Jesus,
Me
really?
too. I bet it involves.
I don't know. Mine was in Singapore. Okay,
Well,
what?
no, look, I didn't have enough money to pay the taxi
Deli
driver.
belly.
I hate when that happens in India.
And I said, all right, I'm going to leave my bag in the car, so in good faith, you know I'm going to come back and pay you. I'm going to go into the airport and get money from the ATM and come back. Well, when it turns out in India, they don't let you out of the airport once you've entered. Like, they screen everybody's papers, and you have to show that you have your ticket and your passport to even get into the airport. Yeah. And they have giant rifles, or I guess they're AK-47s. Oh, yeah. And dogs and all this. And they're like, ma'am, you can't leave. And I'm like, what the hell do you mean I can't leave? And they're telling me no. And
You
I'm
can't
like, there's
leave?
this taxi driver outside with my suitcase and like everything that I own.
Wow.
And they're telling me that I can't go back out. So I actually threw a tantrum, probably along the lines
Yeah.
of,
You were like, do you know who
please.
I am? I'm
This is
an
what-
American citizen. I'm on American soil. I mean-
American
I mean
citizen.
Indian soil.
Always
Yeah,
with the
exactly.
citizenship.
I
That's
mean,
what's
I'm
important.
at the embassy. I got a bit hysterical, and then I said, send someone with me. I suggested they send one of these fine armed men with me.
With a
And,
large rifle.
and they sent a woman actually to escort me to the car.
A woman
and
with a
then back.
rifle?
I don't think she had
Sure.
a rifle. I guess she just
That's
worked
very
with it.
This is the kind of stuff that happens to chicks. Every girl has a story. Like, I left my bag and it was running down the street and there was
You're
a
right.
train and there was a plane and all this stuff. Yeah, it's like,
if I'd been
it's
a
always
man,
something.
you're right. They would have probably thrown me to the ground.
No, you would have
I've
just
been
made
like,
the smart
"This is-"
choice and not left your bag
I've
somewhere.
never done it, so
I know. I don't.
But
and
that's
I get
okay.
that
I've never
upset.
done
I
it, and
feel
I'm
you.
not a chick, so I
Yeah,
am
there
a
are
chick,
no
so-
chicks. We know that. No, there
so
are no
surprised.
chicks around here. That is a
Full
demeaning term. I
Yeah.
get it. No, I get this. But yeah,
I
so don't
am-
leave your shit sitting around. This is the moral I think of this whole show.
Well, I didn't leave it around. I made an exchange with the man that I would come back.
Was
Yeah.
there a pressure cooker with ball bearings in the bag?
No.
Okay,
I
good.
think,
No, but my
Yeah.
suitcase was purple, and I kind of loved it. And
and it did have everything.
I like
you
purple
wanted.
too.
those Indian policemen were not going to keep me from it.
I just can't believe. I mean,
You didn't get raped though, right? Like all the
No,
girls
no.
there do.
I
No,
wonder. I'm
oh,
curious.
yeah, right, that
I'm
horrible
curious
case
about
in
the
India.
cop, the Reese Witherspoon cop, if he actually did know who she was.
Well, that's the thing. The rule is if someone asks, "Do you know who I am?" either they don't know or they don't care, obviously, because they're still messing with you. So
Yeah.
it's a moot question, I would say.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You
You're
know,
just framing yourself.
I
if you
can't
use
wait
that
till
line.
I'm famous and I get to use it all the
I
time.
know, wouldn't that be awesome?
Sure.
Do you know who I am?
I got to do the closest thing to it once. I think I've told this story so many times. I'll just leave it at the bare bones that I was cuffed and about to be Rodney King'd by the police here.
Wow.
And I was literally on the ground with a bunch of cops with guns. And they claimed it was mistaken identity later, but right as they're telling me, can we see your ID? Can we get? And I'm like, do whatever you want. Then I remembered I had my press card on me, and I'm like, yeah, check behind my credit cards. The second they saw that, they let me go.
Because you're a
And I
journo.
pulled that whole basically the. Do you know who I am?
They mistook you for Andy Dick, right?
Pretty
yeah,
much.
why were they pinning you on the ground?
Oh, I just
Ooh.
there was a police car.
You look.
There was a police helicopter that was hovering really low on Hollywood and Argyle, a block east of Vine. And I was walking at 1 in, and this helicopter came down, huge spotlight.
On
and
you.
And I waved like everything's fine, but they took it as,
Hey.
I'm like, hey, ha ha. And then I finally wisely scratched my head with my middle finger, thinking they're not going to notice really, are they?
No.
'Cause I was just like, fuck that. And I kept walking, and
You
then
scratched
they
your
came-
head with
I
your
was like,
middle finger.
Don't provoke the pigs.
yeah,
Hey,
so they came after me basically because I gave them the finger, which
Because you
isn't technically
disrespected
illegal.
him.
what's up with this bomb scare, by the way? Am I not supposed to mention that? Or
Although there was a bomb scare in Hollywood,
Like
Sunset
right now?
of Vine.
Yeah, just
no, it was
now.
earlier tonight. It's done. Yeah,
so
a couple
how did
hours
you
ago.
find out about it? How do you
I
know
was
it's done?
out running an errand, waiting for the shows tonight.
Did you ever wonder why I was late tonight? Dun
that?
dun dun.
I thought you were hinting that Carl
Making
had
a
something
phone
to
call.
say.
Oh no, maybe. How do I know you don't?
waved and said everything's
Yeah.
all right.
When you remember when you
that was
wave,
That's why they were here to bring
I love it. I was, hey, everything's cool.
yeah.
What? I was
Go
saying
and get some milk.
Carl, if you would have had next time,
I was just trying to let him know, keep moving on. I'm not your criminal.
Keep moving on.
next time have a donut
It's
in
not
your
me.
hand when you're waving. All
That's
right.
a good idea.
Have you
That's a
never-
good idea.
I love that's your technique.
I love. See, Cordell's laughing because, like, if any other race tried this, it probably would have been instant shooting. But like, I am, like dumb
like,
white boy, like, hey,
Like,
what's
he
up? I'm
waving?
fine.
Well, when I was in college, one of the presidents was visiting our campus or something, and from our dorm room we could see the snipers on the roof, like
Nice.
Guarding. And
were you
all
waving
this.
at them?
Yeah, we had binoculars, and then he saw
They
us
had large
wave,
rifles.
and he waved back at us.
No,
We
he
were
did.
back.
It's because you were
I
cute
know,
girls.
it was sort of scary. I thought, what if he
It's
did?
because you were girls. If the boys had been doing it, they would have been like,
No, I
get
think there
back
was
in.
a boy with us. It was we were all clustered in the room together, being in awe of the sniper. It was kind of cool.
Making out.
Yeah,
Would you
yeah,
Snipers
we
are
put on a
sexy.
show for
Snipers
him.
are sexy.
We would get in trouble for distracting
course.
him. That would be like, were you an accomplice? He'd be
Would
like,
you like to feel
these
my
girls
hollow
were
tip?
making out in the window, and I missed the president's assassination.
Oh, damn that!
You
I wish
know?
I would have been there.
So I'm going to turn to a subject that could be explosive. This might be fun because it might set off a huge ass debate here. This week, the FDA announced that Plan B, which is the pill for if you.
Oh, we know what it is, Carl.
Okay, I want to say it for anybody.
I don't.
The women are all over it. Yeah. No, but anyway, so they said
After pill,
they said you
okay.
can get it.
I have one dissolving in my mouth as we speak.
That's so funny. Me too.
That's
I
not.
have one tucked under my tongue right now.
at all
Yeah,
times,
just
ready to
always.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a cyanide pill.
Safety precaution.
It's the
Okay,
chaser.
so what happened? I didn't know about this. What
Oh
happened
my
to the FDA?
god.
It's
Okay.
over the counter now.
Yeah, it's over the counter, and
Oh,
you
thank
can.
God. I thought you were going to tell me it was the opposite.
Yeah, you have to buy it. You can buy it from age 15 up, and Obama's like, I'm very comfortable with that, and I'm thinking, okay, I get it. I know what's out there. It's I'd rather have that going around than women having to deal with like a later in the game of the decisions.
Yeah.
And I think and as the Supreme Court ruled in Roe v. Wade, the longer it goes, the more hinky the whole decision gets. And so, but 15-year-olds,
15 and up.
is
That's
that cool or
that's
is that
a
not?
good
Well, let me
step.
say
I don't
this.
know.
Oh,
The
I'm-
pill's still expensive, so
Right.
the 15-year-old's got to like scrounge up some money. So
And
she's
consider-
But over the counter, wouldn't it be like
Yeah, no,
10 bucks or
considering there are
something? No.
11-year-olds getting pregnant, yes. 15
Sorry.
is too old, in my opinion.
Wow.
yeah.
Yes.
My bad.
There are 11, 12, 13-year-old girls that get pregnant
But-
every
Yeah.
day in
not
this
necessarily
country.
talking about I'm not just talking about I'm not judging the moral aspect of it here, surprisingly. I'm talking about the like the issue of the kind of hormonal changes that the medicine institutes in order to end
true.
the pregnancy.
That's all
Isn't
good.
that-
Yeah,
All
it's
of it's
not.
good.
It's not
It's
great for you, but
temporary.
as opposed to what? Getting pregnant at 11?
Yeah.
It's better for you than
Carl.
that.
But
I wonder what
but
kind
if you're
of
talking
hormonal changes happen then.
There's
Well,
a secret I have to tell you, which is it helps girls develop earlier. Yeah.
Ugh.
So this is what
Gross.
we want.
No,
we
no,
all
no,
want
Come on,
this.
It can't be
Still-
worse than
they're
the,
still
than the
illegal,
cow's
so
milk
there
we're
you go.
drinking
But
right now.
God
So-
disagrees
Wait.
that they're illegal.
what hang on what Christina?
I said it can't be worse than the cow's milk we're drinking in the stores
Amen
with
to
all
that.
the hormones and that.
I know it is kind of
So
weird.
true.
Take that one pill. For,
That's why girls are getting their
going in 3
periods at
days.
8.
Yeah,
Ugh.
exactly. And
There are
they
girls
are.
getting their periods at 8.
Mom's fault. It's
And
mom's
it's
fault.
because of the milk.
Well, and honestly, they're
No.
I mean, they're bigger in general, but their breasts are bigger too, like developing really young age.
No,
Scary.
none of
Who's
us guys
against that?
are allowed to comment.
I
can
exactly,
comment.
exactly. Well,
No,
I
do
hesitated,
not
but-
fucking talk about underage girls.
Let me just say this real quick. God saw fit to make people able to get pregnant at a certain age. So technically, by the laws of nature, they are good to go.
No, too bad we're
please.
so immature.
No,
We
but-
can't handle it in our.
No, but here's the thing: as far as saying, okay, 11-year-olds get pregnant, A, there's age of consent laws. B, there's probably
True.
statutory rape at that point.
Well, not if the father's 12.
Yeah.
Right, or 14.
Well, then,
You know?
I mean, have we really lost all chances of? I don't know how to put this without. I'm not trying to be the prude. I'm not trying to say, oh, it's a God thing. I'm talking about general common sense. Is there any way to get kids to not be
To not
fucking
fuck?
at age 12 and 11?
No, there's no way.
No.
There's no way.
Chastity belt.
Carl,
No,
there's
there
no
isn't
way.
because of the fact that
Maybe parenting. I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm saying, can
yeah,
we get our
parenting.
social
But
standards
how
a little
do you?
better?
But how do you legislate parenting?
Right.
You can't
You-
legislate good
one
parenting.
child
Give them
policy.
more
That
time
would be
off of
my
work.
idea.
You know, you can't legislate like, oh, you got to teach your kids to not be sluts.
No,
at
there's
13.
shitty people out there, and they have
and
kids.
the boys too. Okay, I'm being feminist about that. I'm blaming
Thank
the
you.
guys.
Thank you, Carl.
Yes, and
Oh,
I use
yes,
slut
of
as a
course.
cross gender
All right.
term.
It's
Oh,
always
there we
it's
go.
always men's fault.
Yes.
Don't we know this? Come on.
More so,
exactly.
yes.
The,
it
the
is.
girls have the sex
How
and the
much are the
babies,
pills?
but whatever.
How much do they cost?
Well, I don't know anymore, but
I don't know how much they cost over the counter.
many years ago. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's about $40. I mean, it's in that ballpark. It's not like a $10
Ballpark.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah,
No,
everything's.
I mean, I suppose it's still
costs
within
money.
reach, but it's not. I don't know. How much money do you have in your pocket when you're 15?
It's good that it's over the counter.
Suppose if you were,
It's good.
you
No,
had to
you
do
got
a
that
little
shit.
job.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
it should
like,
be- I
is
think
it
it should
weed
be-
or the pill? What am I
had a
going to
job
get?
after
Plan
school,
B
go
or
outside to
crack?
have sex.
I think
Yeah.
it should be open to all ages. Honest to
CVS
God.
charges $44.99.
There you
Oh,
go.
you were right on the money.
And how long does it last? How long does that? How much?
Well, once it does its thing, it ain't coming back.
No, what I mean is, how long does the bottle last? Like, how
No,
many times
it's
can
one
you?
time. It's a one-time dose.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be popping this shit every
Is it, or
day.
it's two maybe? Well,
The
either
idea
way,
is-
yeah,
Wait,
it's like
one-time
in
dose
day.
forever?
It's
It's a
day
one-time
thing.
No,
dose
no.
per taking it.
Right, so that's what I'm
Because
saying.
it
How
makes
long
you,
does
it makes you have your period right then.
How
and there.
many doses does one
Oh, I have no
serving
idea.
have? That's what I'm
One
asking you.
serving.
Dead
It's like mac and
city.
cheese.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the way you get pregnant. It only takes once.
Nope.
I
just
mean-
with a lot of cream.
No, this is you're sounding about as educated as Rush Limbaugh when he was talking about.
I
Sandra
hope to
Fluke.
be as if I'll have
When he was
that
talking
level
about when he was
of what
talking,
he has.
when he was talking about Sandra Fluke, the woman who was testifying for any
No,
birth
'cause
control,
that
he goes, "This woman is such a whore. Needs so much
Yeah,
birth control
she
because of
fucks
all
all
the
the
sex
time.
she's having."
Right.
It's like, really? No, you take one a day, whether you have sex or not.
That's what I meant. How many days does this last?
Just taking so much, popping it like
No,
that.
the idea is that you take it after you had sex without
It
without
makes you have
protection.
your period
You're
that
dodging
minute.
the question. I'm not asking what it does.
I don't
know
know.
all
I'm
this stuff.
explaining it to
Okay.
you.
If
Let
for
her-
45 bucks or
Dr.
whatever-
Helen
Once.
is here.
Once.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah. No, but you take it once per day.
No.
No.
If you fuck.
No. You get your period right then and there,
You get your period.
which makes you unable to get pregnant.
Right.
And nobody is supposed to be taking this regularly, correct?
Yes.
It's like if you get so it's sort of
That,
like
that
How
totally
often?
messes up your hormones.
Yeah.
If you're
So
getting your
it does
period,
that. But
how do we
if you get your
guarantee-
period every 2 weeks because you're taking.
well,
it
how do
every
we
2 weeks.
guarantee that ex girl who's 11 or 12 or no 15? Okay, 15 is the law. Let's say 15-year-old is taking it once. How do we know that she's not going to take it over and over and over?
Because she
and over?
doesn't have $44 every 2
No, but
weeks.
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
asking how many are in a bottle. He's asking.
That's
think
what I
that's-
mean.
I think
Buy
it's a
one, it's
one-time
individual, yeah.
dose.
It's going to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
expensive.
Yes.
Right.
One
no, you
time for
buy
every
one.
time.
Yes.
Yeah, you
That's
buy
why
one for
you can't afford to
$44.
take.
Oh,
that's
standard
why.
standard 2-pill pack.
Oh.
All right.
So 40
But maybe you
then
take
twice.
2 to make
I
it
would
work.
try.
So kind of like aspirin.
Two, right? I didn't know that until I took it last week.
I'm a women's health expert. I should know this. Yeah, it basically.
I fear for all women that encounter you.
Listen, if you're a 15-year-old and you have $44 to drop every week and a half because you think you got pregnant, then you
You're
deserve to
part of
get
the
your, your hormones all whacked
But why?
out.
Or
15?
Lindsay Lohan.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean that's then just go on the pill.
I think 15's good.
I
There's
just
all
meant
this
that you have
stigma of.
money.
Yeah,
15.
okay, that's what I'm saying. Go on the pill.
So you're
that's
exactly.
different.
It's cheaper,
Yeah.
believe me.
Wait, but that's not over the counter, right?
Yes, you're right.
No.
What's
The
not
pill is not over the counter.
See,
Right.
that's what I'm surprised that
Told you.
this thing that's more potent is over the counter. That's what I find weird.
Oh, wait, no,
Well,
I'm
of course.
confused. But what did they do for a while? You could buy it from the pharmacist, right? You didn't
Yeah.
have to get a prescription.
But you had to talk to the pharmacist.
Okay, but
Yeah.
now you can just grab
You
it
can
off
just
the
buy
shelf.
it. Yeah,
Oh.
like next to the
Very
vitamins,
forward of them.
next to the gummy bears.
I think so.
Or they could just.
I just heard in
curb
Iowa
their
that they're
appetite.
allowing, gay couples to both be on the birth certificate of the children. I didn't know this, but yeah,
Oh.
if
That's
one
great.
person
Well, they have
gives
gay
birth,
marriage.
How
Why not?
dishonest? How dishonest?
no, but if one person gave birth and say it was 2 women and one has the baby, then they wouldn't put the other woman's name on the birth certificate. She had to do a whole adoption procedure.
Only women can give birth, right?
It's wild.
No, but
Exactly.
yeah, now
Except
it's
for-
going to be. There's so much pro-gay stuff. There must be some agenda to it,
What?
which is bad.
You mean like it's distracting us from serious economic decisions
That
being
would be
made by
that
the
would be one.
government?
Yes, that would
and
be one.
environmental decisions
Yeah, of
that
course.
nobody is aware of?
That would be another.
Yeah.
And it's just
Like that
gross.
baby that the gay couple had is going to be,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
poisoned
they
by
didn't have like two
CO2 in
two
their
men.
neighborhood and have
Yeah,
asthma
exactly.
and-
It doesn't matter. You could be gay, yeah, until we all choke from like volcano smoke or whatever. Pretty
Right.
soon.
Oh, you're talking about that Icelandic incident?
I don't.
That
I don't. Was there?
wild.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
Was there
well-
earthquakes and shit.
We're down to the last 5 or 6 minutes. Do we want to deal with a bunch of Justin Bieber and Middle East outbreak news?
Who doesn't?
Or do we want to deal with
Let's combine
mom
that.
getting shot and the death thing and it's a joke?
Can you combine it all?
No. Yeah. What happened with Justin Bieber inflamed the Middle East?
So Justin Bieber.
Doesn't he inflame everyone?
Bring it to a
I'm
higher
inflamed right
temperature.
now.
Yeah, literally, he's inflaming
he's
the
an
Middle East.
inflamer.
He is.
He's an inflammation. Justin Bieber is an inflammation.
I think you need to take Plan B just every time, or something like it every time you have to
Plan
see
J.
him.
I'm not a believer.
Plan JB.
You know, I love
Neither was Anne
Selena
Frank,
Gomez, though.
apparently.
No, she
love
would have
her.
been. She would have been.
She's the ultimate believer.
Well, then, yeah, that's good.
She's the believing
Well,
believer.
so then I wonder, if I love Selena, maybe she knows something about,
Selena.
a softer side to him than we know.
So-
we know the real Selena is dead,
All right, well, this
dead.
is
so.
awesome, okay?
Okay.
So, just the fact, okay, well, you just got to hear this, okay? A group billing itself as the Syrian Electronic Army claimed responsibility for the takeover of E! News' Twitter feed, in which they sent exclusive Justin Bieber to E! Online. I'm a gay, the E! Online account announced, prompting 1,200 retweets and 351 favorites. And it went to 5 million followers, and E! had to go, no, we didn't do this.
He's not a gay. He's not a gay.
A gay, I love that. I'm a gay. And that's how the Middle Easterns would put it. But the Syrian Electronic Army, really? Syria, you're like, in civil war, your government is turning like chemical weapons against your people, and you're going to hack E! to talk about.
They actually
everyone
meant-
needs humor during war.
They actually meant Sirius, the star system, which is a new documentary about aliens, but we won't touch that. But also, there's been a lot of news Twitters being hacked recently, CBS and all this stuff, maybe not the Boston Globe, but stuff like that, E! whatever. And it seems like it's not even, what really is the point of hacking the Twitter feed? They're just, everyone's going to know it's the fake hacked tweet, and then they're going to respond.
The Associated Press
roll
got
it back.
hacked.
Yeah, AP
said
got
that,
hacked,
and
yeah.
said that the White House was
Obama
attacked.
got, but everyone knows it's not
know
true.
that.
And
Yeah. Stock market
the stock
dipped.
market's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they
plummeted
plummeted for
Obama
like a
was
minute.
hurt.
for like 10 minutes or whatever until the AP was like, no, we were
Yeah,
hacked.
but everyone know, like people see it. Everyone knows it's just the hack shit.
No,
There's
but
always-
if the Associated Press
I
is
would-
reporting that the White House was attacked and President Obama's hurt, you're going to
Well,
believe
see,
that.
Scott
No, you
thinks that,
might, but
Scott
I
thinks
We're on
E!
the same
Online
star
is.
system as everyone else.
Scott thinks E! Online is more important than the AP. So
No, it is. I mean, they should get shit right. I mean, TMZ is the place that breaks all the news, and they feed things like E!
I do agree with that.
Yeah, so,
TMZ is on point.
I mean,
I saw
and
there's
that's
a
like
documentary
E!
coming out about WikiLeaks, which I'm actually kind of excited about. I don't know much about them.
I'm
Do
wiki
you guys?
leaking in my pants over that one. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be great. Assange Ass Angel has a show already on
yeah.
RT.
Well, so there's 3 stories about Bieber across the Middle East. So that Bieber in Turkey was having a concert, and he actually stopped the concert twice. Apparently, the show was so long they had to stop twice for the Muslim prayer call. And, and everybody's like, "Oh wow, the Biebs, man, he's so sensitive." And some people were like, "He's being overly sensitive after the Anne Frank thing."
Did he sing along
What
to the
happened with Anne
Muslim
Frank?
prayer?
Well, he went to the Anne Frank Museum in Amsterdam within the past month, and as he took the tour, and I said he was very respectful, but as he was leaving, he signed the guest book saying, what a lovely place, this is very solemn, I bet she would have been a believer.
Or she said, he said, I hope
she would have been a believer.
He hopes Anne Frank would have been a
Yeah.
believer.
Sure.
No,
Yes,
come on.
he wrote that in the Anne Frank guest
And the Anne
book.
Frank people are like,
You know,
oh,
it's-
that's just really sweet, she probably would have been.
Yeah, you know what's sad is she would have been. Freaking shallow chick right
She
there.
wasn't, if she wasn't hiding for her life.
Can you
Yeah.
smoke weed in the Anne Frank Museum?
Why?
It's in Amsterdam.
Oh.
So
Oh, it's
I'm
Probably-
just curious.
You probably can.
Yeah.
You know, one of the funniest things I ever saw
Are you
was
allowed to smoke indoors there?
at the
you know what I mean, though. Public places.
at the Improv Olympic Theater in Chicago in the mid '90s, when MTV was having all like My So-Called Life was going on ABC and stuff. They did a Anna McKay, who went on to do all the
Yep.
Upright Citizens Brigade and Will Ferrell movies. He helped put together a funny show that was Anne Frank's So-Called Life. It was an MTV special, and it was imagining what if she was in her attic writing things in her journal, and then they paused for like music breaks and dance moves, and anyway, it was pretty funny.
That is a
Sure
good idea.
it
It's a
was.
great
Had to
show.
be there. Had to be there. Literally in the Anne Frank room. Had to be there.
So here's what I liked. Justin Bieber was attacked on stage while in Dubai.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Who
I
attacked
know,
him
what a
there?
week he's got, huh? A man ran on stage during the song Believe and tried to grab Justin and knock the piano over.
That's
Wow.
not an
Wait,
attack.
was he like just because he loved him so much, or 'cause
They said he was a
trying to
fan.
get him
Security
off the-
detained the young man. All was fine, and Justin continued
As long
the
as
show.
you
No,
love
but do you remember
me.
that fan that killed themselves in front of her dead body
Love
in
that.
front of Paula Abdul's home here in California.
Well,
No.
opposites attract. Dead, alive, they attract.
No, I mean a few years
When?
ago. I don't know.
Wait, he loved her so much that he committed
Yeah,
suicide?
I think it might have been a woman. Yeah,
Yeah.
loved her so much and committed suicide in front of her door.
Wow.
I know.
Straight up now, tell me, are you going to kill yourself at my concert?
I know.
Whoa,
I can't wait till I'm that famous.
Well,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
I can't wait till I'm famous enough to be like, do you know who I am?
Fame
And then
is a
somebody's
fucking
like, I'm going to attack you.
drug.
I love you so much.
Weed's not a
Tear
drug,
down
but
your
fame is.
microphone.
Yeah.
It's
There's,
interesting how that happens, right? You can love something so much. You hurt it.
I guess that person was a real Abdul-lever. Hey now.
Hey.
True.
All right. Well, here, let's close with this downer of a story.
Oh, dear.
Finally.
Yeah, so father of Iowa teen facing murder charges thought the "I killed mom accidentally" text was a joke. Noah Crooks, 14, admitting to shooting his mother more than 20 times, so he killed her accidentally,
His text got hacked.
and trying to
This is
rape
what
her while on
happened.
the phone with the 911 dispatcher. His father, so he calls 911 and then tries raping his mom after he's already shot her 20 times.
He felt guilty
And you
about
want to know why he did this?
How
She
old?
took away his Call of Duty game.
Oh, well, he needs to get that aggression out somehow.
Oh my God! How old was he?
14 in Iowa. And he
Yeah.
texted his dad going, "Hey, can you come home? I think I killed mom accidentally." And dad thought it was a joke and kept working for hours.
Talk
I
about
wonder if
black
the
ops.
brother- I wonder if the son had like a sense of humor in general, like a dark sense of humor
Sure.
that the dad was always like, "Oh, son, so
Oh,
grim, eat your
Oh,
lunch."
He was a
that-
Mitt Romney-ish
Oh,
kind
that
of dad.
kid of mine.
Gee whiz.
He's hilarious.
And it's
And
just-
then the kid was like, "You never listen to me."
well, the father, oh my
Father's
God.
like, the
Violent teens.
Wait,
Oh,
the father was
no.
like,
Oh, wait,
LOL.
you gotta hear this. I
Let's
didn't
hear
see
it.
this before.
Let's hear
The
it.
father was away from the family's home and responded with, "Okay, just throw her in the grove. We'll take care of her later." In court, he talked about teaching his son how to handle guns,
Mm-hmm.
including the alleged .22 caliber rifle that Gretchen Crooks brought for her son in
Wow.
2010. So she bought him the gun. Dad taught him to use it. She dies as a result.
Guns don't kill people. These little fucking teens do, apparently. And yeah, there's always a video game connection, blah, blah, blah. Blame fucking
Well, I mean, I wonder statistically how
Activision.
many people own video games in general. So,
people
you know what I
do.
mean, like, there's bound to be a video game present the same way that like mayonnaise was probably.
Yeah, exactly. There was a television around.
Yeah, like people who eat ketchup.
There was a
More likely to
roof. The
kill
roof
their mother.
makes people.
But if they
Kill.
had, I wonder if
Because they
what
catch
he would have done if they hadn't had guns in the house.
Oh,
Like,
damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Probably
no,
could've shot him.
apparently he would have done something because they said, you know what he got in trouble for at school? Trying to stab classmates with pencils.
Happens.
he would have
Happens.
stabbed her with a pencil.
Wow.
He doesn't
Yeah,
sound
I
like.
might have survived a little
doesn't-
better.
He doesn't
Yeah,
sound
he
like a
survived
problem
the pencil
child or
stab.
You
anything.
know, this kid
I mean,
sounds like he's a believer.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe actual
For sure.
true belief. Yeah, he's like a family jihadist.
You know, and I'm a believer in all of your wonderful comments and talent,
Thank
folks.
you.
So we got to get going here. Anybody got anything they want to tout this week? Shows upcoming?
I'm going to be at the Justin Bieber concert on next Saturday, I think.
Okay.
No, look up my shit. Look up my shit.
Your shit.
Yeah,
There's like photos of your shit.
yeah, it's the fecal blog that I manage. Look at this YouTube.
Ah, shit.
YouTube man, Scott Sycamore. That's who the fuck I be, man. What about everyone else?
I have one line in a movie, a big movie,
What?
Epic, the animated Epic.
Oh yeah, I see them
I have
posted.
one line
That's
in
very
it.
exciting. Now,
That's
did
awesome.
Are you an
expect
animal?
to have a whole scene, and then it turned out it got whittled down?
No,
to one line?
I didn't expect to have anything. They called me in and they had me do a bunch of like noises. Probably my line's like, that's probably
Why
the
would
line.
they call you for
Not
it?
degrading at all. That's Hollywood.
Because I am a quasi-famous actress,
Oh.
Carl.
Quasi.
Sorry. No, I just mean like one line. I'm surprised that they would.
No, they
see
wanted.
that.
They
gotta
called in
do
a
it.
bunch of comics, and
Oh.
they just had a bunch of comics just read, like audition for lines, and then they called and said, "Hey, we're going to use one of the lines you
Wow.
auditioned."
Wow.
And so I don't know what the line is. I know my character is called Thistle Lady, so I'm assuming she looks like a thistle.
Like a plant.
Sounds epic.
We'll see.
I mean, oh.
And
Oh, there.
the movie Epic. It's coming out in 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. Really?
I
Yeah,
will
May
look for
20th.
that. I will look for that line when I don't see the movie, and it's not because of you, but I don't like those animated flicks. But congrats on
Thank
that.
you.
This is a step.
Yeah.
like, for
Oh,
real.
that's
It is.
exciting.
That's dope. Yeah.
Cordell, Christina, anything going on?
Still working on my movie that won't come out for another year.
Sweet.
And then we're on the pajama
indie
party
film.
tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'll be on the pajama party tomorrow night. Tune in.
Yeah, Adam finally got Flip Schultz to be on and waiting on who the rapper is going to be, but Lee Owens is supplying somebody cool from a show tonight.
Lupe?
So, yeah, it'll be good.
Flip Schultz.
And small talk. So, ladies and gentlemen, I guess that's it till next week. Thank you. Good night.
Fuck off.